told my dad his grief doesn't get to dictate the name my wife and I chose for our children. I told my dad his grief didn't get to name my kids, and he went silent like I'd crossed a line he thought he owned. It had been 5 years since my mom died, and in that time, he turned her memory into a rule book no one could question. When my wife and I announced we were expecting twins at 8:20 p.m. during a family dinner, he smiled at first, then asked what we'd name them. I said the names we chose. Simple, meaning girlfriendal to us. He shook his head immediately. One should be your mother's name, he said. My wife glanced at me, waiting. I kept my voice steady. We already decided. He leaned forward. It's not a suggestion. I counted 4 seconds before answering. It is. The escalation came fast after that. Over the next 2 weeks, he called 6 times, sent 11 messages, each one pushing harder. You owe her that. It's the least you can do. Don't disrespect her memory. I saved everything. Screenshots, timestamps, all of it. My ally was my older sister, who had already gone through something similar when she named her daughter. He won't stop unless you stop him, she told me. I listened. The breaking point came at a second dinner, 7:45 p.m., when he brought printed name options and placed them on the table like contracts. We'll finalize it tonight, he said. My wife stayed quiet, letting me handle it. I looked at the papers, then at him. No, I said. He froze. No, I repeated, calm. No. The confrontation didn't explode. It tightened. He lowered his voice. You think you can just ignore what she meant? I mirrored his tone. You think you can decide for us? Silence. He tried once more. I lost my wife. I lost my mother, I replied. That doesn't give either of us control over our children. He sat back, staring, like the answer didn't fit his script. The room held that tension for 12 seconds before he stood up and left. The cascade followed in smaller waves. He didn't call for 9 days, then sent a single message, you're making a mistake. I didn't answer. When the twins were born 3 months later, we used the names we chose. We sent one photo to the family group, no explanation, no apology. The reversal was quiet but clear. He had expected grief to carry authority, to turn his opinion into a rule. Instead, it exposed the boundary he couldn't cross. 3 consequences settled in his involvement, became limited to what we allowed. Decisions about our children stayed entirely ours, and his attempts to influence us lost weight each time they failed. A 4th came later when he stopped bringing it up altogether, not out of agreement, but because it no longer worked. He met the kids for the first time 2 weeks after they were born, held them carefully, said nothing about their names. I didn't prompt him. I didn't need to. Funny how he thought honoring my mother meant controlling my future, and in the end, honoring her meant building one on my terms. If someone uses grief as a reason to decide your life, do you accept it, or do you remind them where that line actually is?